Ever felt like you don't quite belong to the place or social circle you're in? As if somehow you were meant for something bigger, more meaningful than your daily routine? Maybe you're not just imagining things. In this video, we will explore the telltale signs that you might be one of the chosen, destined to impact the world in ways most cannot even fathom. The chosen are those among us who bear an invisible mark of destiny and purpose. They are the bearers of light in times of darkness, the guides when the path seems uncertain. But how do you know if you are one of them? It's not through cinematic superpowers or epic revelations, but rather through subtle signs and life experiences that many consider trivial or coincidences. This video will not only reveal these 9 extraordinary signs, but also offer a new perspective on your personal experiences. If you think your life has been a series of unusual events, or if you've always felt an inexplicable calling, stay with us. You may find that there is a profound reason for these sensations. In a world where appearances often overshadow essence, being genuine is more than a trait. It's a sign of distinction. The chosen possess a true incompatibility with falsehood. They are unable to conform to norms that contradict their internal values, often putting them on a collision course with the status quo. This trait is not just about honesty in the conventional sense, it's about a deep need to live and express your truth, even if it means facing isolation or misunderstanding. The chosen have a natural radar for detecting dishonesty, and for this reason they often distance themselves from environments and people that do not resonate with their authenticity. Therefore, if you frequently find yourself in situations where your integrity is tested, or if you naturally drift away from people who don't feel right, consider this as an indication that you might be one of the chosen. Your pursuit of authenticity is not just a personal preference, but a hallmark of your greater destiny. Dissatisfaction with mediocrity is one of the most revealing signs of a chosen one. While many find comfort in routine and the predictable, the chosen are driven by an internal restlessness, a sense that something greater awaits them. They cannot settle for good enough and are always looking for ways to expand their horizons. This restlessness can manifest as a desire for social change, a drive for innovation, or an incessant quest for knowledge and wisdom. It's not merely a matter of personal ambition. It's a visceral need to contribute, to make a difference, to leave a legacy that positively transforms the world around them. If you often feel confined or constrained by societal norms and have a constant thirst to break these chains, this might indicate that you have a special purpose to fulfill. The chosen are pioneers, innovators, and revolutionaries. They see the world not just for what it is, but for what it could be. The chosen often face challenges that seem disproportionate to their life path. These battles, as tough as they may be, are not mere adversities. They are preparations for a greater role. Each challenge you overcome is not just a lesson, but a step toward your true destiny. If you look back and see a life filled with challenges, from personal issues to professional obstacles, consider how these experiences have shaped who you are today. For the chosen, these challenges are like the fire that forges steel, turning raw potential into clear and unshakable strength. Therefore, if your life seems to be a succession of trials, understand that this may be an indication that you are being prepared for great deeds. The true chosen are forged in the flames of adversity, ready to emerge with a strength that can lead, inspire, and transform. One of the distinctive traits of a chosen one is the incessant quest for truth. This quest is often lonely and filled with questions that go beyond the superficial. If you've always felt a deep need to understand the big questions of life, you may be on a path chosen to reveal greater truths. This journey is characterized by a desire to see beyond society's illusions, to question the status quo, and to seek understanding in places where others accept ignorance. The quest for truth is not just a curiosity. It's a mission that the chosen feel compelled to follow, even if it leads them to confront uncomfortable truths. If you find yourself frequently challenging popular beliefs and seeking authenticity and depth in your interactions and learnings, you are living the life of a chosen one. This is not just a quest for knowledge, but an essential need to understand the inner workings of the universe and human existence. Being often seen as the black sheep of the family or your social circle may be more than just not fitting in. It might be a sign that you are one of the chosen. This feeling of displacement often indicates that your ideas, values, and worldview are unique, designed to break from the conventional and lead new paths. While being the black sheep can be lonely and challenging, it is also a sign that you possess a unique perspective, capable of sparking significant changes. The chosen often do not fit traditional molds because they are not meant to follow the already trodden path, but to create new paths that others will eventually follow. If you have always felt different, misunderstood, or even isolated by your beliefs and behaviors, consider this not as a curse, but as an indication that you hold a special purpose. Your ability to think differently is crucial to fulfilling your destiny as one of the chosen. Unwavering kindness, especially in the face of adversity, is a striking characteristic of the chosen. Even when confronted with cynicism or malice, they maintain a compassionate heart and a willingness to help and heal others. This trait not only distinguishes them, but also reinforces their profound ability to influence the world around them. This type of kindness goes beyond superficial generosity. It is a powerful force that can transform negative situations and bring hope where there is despair. The chosen understand that their kindness is a powerful tool in their mission, used to heal, unite, and inspire positive changes. If you find yourself constantly reaching out to help, forgive, and support others, despite your own struggles, you might be expressing one of the noblest qualities of the chosen. Your persistence in being kind not only testifies to your character, but also signals your importance in a larger plan. The chosen often possess a strong inner knowing that acts as a compass guiding their paths. This deep intuition is not just a fleeting feeling, but a continuous connection to a wisdom that transcends ordinary understanding. If you often feel guided by an inner force that tells you which way to go, even when it does not make logical sense, this might be a sign of your role as one of the chosen. This intuition can manifest in crucial moments, offering insights and directions that are not evident to others. The chosen trust this inner voice, knowing that it is part of a greater calling, a guide to fulfilling their destinies and impacting the world in significant ways. Therefore, if you find yourself relying on your internal perceptions more than conventional wisdom, this indicates not just an independent mind, but also a deep spiritual connection, characteristic of the chosen. This connection is an essential tool in your journey to accomplish great deeds. Being one of the chosen can, paradoxically, lead to rejection and misunderstanding by others. Your light and truth can be so intense that, instead of attracting, they reflect the shadows of others, leading them to react negatively. If you often find yourself being misunderstood or rejected without apparent reason, this might be a consequence of your exceptional nature. This rejection is, in fact, a validation that you are impacting the world around you, provoking reflections and changes that may be uncomfortable for those not ready to face their own truths. The chosen are often seen as threats to the status quo, simply because they represent the possibility of transformation. Thus, view any rejection or misunderstanding as a sign that you are on the right path, fulfilling your purpose to enlighten and transform. It is a natural part of the journey for the chosen, to face and overcome the resistances they encounter along the way. One of the clearest signs of a chosen one is a deep belief in a higher power and a sense of purpose that transcends the individual. This faith is not necessarily tied to a specific religion, but to an understanding that everything is interconnected and that each action has a greater meaning in the fabric of the universe. This connection to something beyond oneself motivates the chosen to act with a responsibility that goes beyond the personal. They deeply feel that their lives are part of a larger plan, a narrative that is being woven with the contribution of every soul on the planet. If you feel that your life is guided by a purpose that serves not just your personal goals, but also the greater good, you are experiencing one of the most powerful signs of being one of the chosen. This perception not only guides you, but also inspires you to keep going, even when the path is challenging. So my friends, if you've recognized any of the signs we've discussed in this video, it's time to heed the call. These signs are hints of a higher power, inviting you to play a significant role during your journey in this world. If you've made it this far, it's because you belong to our dedicated community in search of deep knowledge and understanding. I'm grateful to have you on this journey with me, and for allowing me to share some of the wisdom I've accumulated. Thank you for being part of this incredible family. I wish all of you a life filled with prosperity and blessings. May each of you find the light and strength to follow the path destined for you.